I turn around and I announce, "There's some kind of weird code on this painting.
Well,
I
what's it
stand up.
say?
It says something about a kappa. Do you guys
And
know
I
anything
get
about
close.
this?
I get closer.
Have you ever heard this weird overused word anywhere?"
I don't know.
This is the point where Spec Person the Third comes back in with his armor on, looking thoroughly rattled and much, much sober than he did earlier in the day. When there is a noise at the front door, and the front door swings wide open, and there is a man standing in white robes holding a quarterstaff, looking about, and his eyes lock on Nealbot. And Nealbot looks back at him, his hand shaking as he points out and goes, "Him! He attacked me!" And we roll initiative. Dun dun dun.
Oh,
How do we do
I
initiative?
immediately pull out a blindfold out of my pocket, put it on, and grab my greatsword.
Nice. For initiative, you're all going to roll a d20 plus your initiative modifier, which is on your character sheet, kind of like dead center on the top.
So mine's +2.
Yeah, yours will be +2.
9. Do you still want low, Neal?
You want high now. High is good
Oh.
these days.
So mine's 22.
Very nice. 22?
Yeah, look at our camera.
She rolled it off camera, man.
22.
Oh, okay. Oh, got it.
Yep.
Okay. We'll do them as well. Okay, 22 goes first. You are blind now.
Yeah, I'm blindfolded. I'm just going to rage and start swinging my great axe at this person.
Okay, you have disadvantage on your attack because you are blinded. So
Okay.
that means you're going to roll your attack twice, and you
And
are going to take the lesser of the two attacks.
Is there only one person? That
Well,
this
there's
game
there's
do?
one person in a doorway. God
Okay,
knows
I'm
what's
gonna
behind
like bull rush into the doorway.
it. All right, give me d20 plus 6. Actually, roll that twice. We'll take the lower of the two results because you have disadvantage.
So that's 8. And 11.
Plus 6 on each of those. 8 and 6 is 14, I
And
believe.
17, yeah.
Yeah, so a 14 is a hit. Your great axe deals d12 plus 4 damage.
Alright. I'm gonna grab a d12 out. Oh, hold on 1 second. I don't even know if I have one in here. I'll have to grab that out. I'm just gonna do it in the roleplay thing for now. So, d12 plus what?
Plus
4.
4. 9. Your great axe slams straight into the chest of this guy. You can't see it, but you can feel it, and you can feel the ribcage breaking before you as his body just gets like ripped into two pieces, and he
Nice.
tumbles backwards out into the street, dead as a
Spec
doornail.
Person the Third congratulates you. You won the fight.
Well done.
Looking out into the street, you actually see there are many more of the similarly dressed figures.
Spec Person the Third says, "Holy fuck, there's more of them. Get out here. Take a blindfold off."
Okay, who had next highest? I think that would be Balrish.
Bowers, what are you doing?
So we have there are 4 of them, and there's someone in the back as well. It looks like.
Yeah, there's a differently dressed man in red robes with a staff in the back.
I charge right to him.
Okay, you
In the middle of
charge
every single one of them.
straight to him. Just where's our dwarf for you? Right up to the guy. Make your roll to hit. That should be a d20 plus 5 to hit. And to do that, you would. Oh, you already are on top of that. What are you swinging? Your longsword swings just shy of the guy as he dances out of the way, and your tip bites into the ground.
Ooh.
He mocks you mercilessly.
On my
And-
backswing, can I hold my beer up and offer it to him?
Yes. He refuses it, though, in a show of just being a jerk. As he steps back, he points his fingers at you and mumbles some words sounding like Iskalabalas. And I need you to make me a DC 11 wisdom save. So that will be a d20 plus your wisdom score modifier, which is a -1. No, that's not your character sheet. which is
like a 2?
+2. Yes, sir. You are frozen in place. You feel your joints start to slow down and eventually freeze, and you are completely held, motionless. On the beginning of the end of your turn, the beginning of your turn. Let me figure out exactly when you get to make a saving throw until you are undone, until you are unfrozen.
Super.
At the end of each of your turns, you get to make a saving throw to try and unfreeze yourself.
If you're frozen.
Yeah. And then we have we have Zesty Zanzil.
Still looking through all these spells because I haven't actually seen them yet. So Belarus is like out in the center of all these guys, just about to get destroyed.
That's what it looks like.
Completely owned. Yes.
Where is the is the big ship? It's like still right here somewhere.
Yeah, it's like parked just a little bit up. There's like no space here. There's like some speed bumps, and the horses are around. You actually notice that the lines to your ducks have been cut, and there are just giant horse-sized ducks waddling around to the south of town.
Duck-sized horses.
My God.
Duck-sized horses. I'm so sorry. There's a whole group of duck-sized
There's
horses
100 of
running
them.
around town.
It's kind of crazy to see. I will just magic missile the guy that casted that spell.
Okay.
And at level 3, do I get anything else, or is it still 3d4 plus 3?
If you cast it as a higher level spell, you can use a second level spell slot, and then you'll get an extra magic missile on top of it. Or you can cast it as a first level spell and get your straight just 3d4 plus 3.
Yeah, I'll just cast it as first level spell.
Okay, you point your finger at the guy, and if I'm not mistaken, small ducks shoot from your hand and pepper him, going quack, quack, quack.
Excellent.
Yep.
Give me 3d4 plus 3.
11.
11. Nice. This man takes 11 damage from the little ducks that slam into him, stumbling backwards and cursing your name. Well, cursing a name. Then we have the remaining cultists. The ones on either side of Balrish make their attacks, but they get advantage because he is frozen. Balrish, your armor class is 18.
Also known as not enough.
Well, 18's pretty high.
18's pretty high. The first cultist, even with advantage, misses you. And the second one also. Both of their quarterstaffs bang against your armor, not doing anything to you. Another cultist moves all the way up front next to Maggie's character, whose name I'm forgetting. Rhaegar. Comes up to Rhaegar and swings his staff at you, but you manage to nimbly duck out of the way, then bare your teeth in a mighty roar, while the last cultist goes back to beat on Balrish. And scores a hit against you for 3 points of damage.
Against me?
No, Balrish.
Okay.
And then we have Spec Person the Third.
Spec Person the Third strides out and says, Spec Person the Third demands you unhand my friend.
There's a cultist in the doorway.
Well, I cut him down then, Neal. Obviously.
All right. Yeah. Maggie moves aside for you, and you step in and make your roll to hit.
D20 plus 5.
Yes, sir.
18.
18 will do it.
D8 plus 3. Takes 10 damage.
Is
10
Spec
damage.
Person the Third the orc?
No, I'm the blonde.
No, that's
guy.
me.
Okay, you're a little.
I'm the big
he does
orc,
look like Spec
dude.
Person would, at least eyes. There's some high res graphics if you zoom
I
in.
cut him down, Neal, and then as much as I can, step over him and rush out there and say what I said.
Done. Okay.
Spec Person the Third demands that you unhand my friend. Seems to be frozen.
Next round, we start with Maggie.
Oh, we just do the same. Okay.
All right. Is it time?
Yes.
Okay. I'm going to like whip off the blindfold, put it back in my pocket, and like roar, like ah, and just scream, and then go running into the middle of them all, and maybe hitting my fellow here out of the way, and just like whirlwind around and like hit them all as much as possible.
All right. You are still raging, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah, I'm raging.
You
Raging
are
so hard
raging.
right now.
So, would you like to use your what it was called? Frenzy. No, I'm
Yes.
sorry. Yes, you can use your frenzy
That makes
or
a
your
bonus attack.
reckless attack, or both, or whatever you want.
I can do both.
I don't see why not. There's nothing in the book that says you can't.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So reckless
let's do
attack
both.
gives you advantage, but then anyone that tries to hit you has advantage against you. But whatever.
That's
These
fine.
are like little clerics,
Come
right?
at me, bros.
Gives a
Yeah.
shit. Make your roll to hit, Rhaegar. Eat and roll a second d20 because you have advantage on your attack.
Nice.
19 plus 6 is definitely a hit. Give me that d12 plus 4.
Forgot the slash
Oh.
roll, yo.
Whoops. I just said it first, so they knew it was coming.
Yeah.
Because they had
6
advantage, you know?
damage. Yeah.
There you go.
Your great axe hacks into this person part way, but they are still alive.
Did you keep the +2 damage for being raged?
I did not include
Yeah,
it.
so +2.
Plus 2 on that. Okay, he is still alive. Okay.
So you don't
Cove.
cleave,
Oh, so you get your bonus attack
but it
as well.
stops because
Yeah,
you didn't
yeah.
kill that guy, right?
No. She didn't kill him, but she gets a bonus attack because
Because I'm
of her
raged.
barbarian raging
frenzied.
frenzy thing.
Yeah.
So make a second attack.
1d20. The hit.
That's a hit.
All right.
Rolling hard.
And d12 plus 6, apparently.
10.
10 damage.
Oh, crushed.
You slice the cultist in twain. He falls to the ground in pieces.
And then I just start yelling again, going, "Ah!" And I yell at the next guy in line.
You get to make another wisdom saving throw to try and undo the held on you.
D20 plus 2.
Yes. Oh, not your lucky day. All you need is an
Co's
11.
got a case of the Ryans.
Yeah, unfortunate. The red-robed man in front of you guys points at Maggie and chants "Unina fali fali malus." And Maggie, I need you. Oh no, he makes an attack against you. That's what it is. I've never DM'd a 5th edition, so forgive me if I'm a little slow on these things.
Forgiven.
All good. I'm a newbie at 5th edition too.
Uh,
Virgins together.
Yeah, sure.
I like how JP's just
Whatever.
like, sure, yeah.
Spell
Why
attack.
not?
Creature you can reach on a hit. Okay, he misses. He casts a spell and tries to touch you,
Go for it.
but it does. But
I
you
think he
manage
might
to
like him
duck
getting
out of the
touched.
way.
He seems to want to be touched.
You want to be touched?
No, I think he wants to be touched.
Mhm.
Not necessarily me, but sure.
Yeah. Okay. And then we go up to JP.
Oh, I thought I could type there. So the red road, he just positioned himself?
Yeah. Well, he came up there chanting a spell, and you saw a blackish light, kind of an absence of light, like a darkness, I guess you would call it, surrounding his hand for a moment. And he reached out to grab Maggie's character, but only managed to grab onto the armor. No, you don't have armor.
I don't
But
have
Maggie's character manages to duck and slide out of the way.
Somehow.
Yes.
Mm,
Surprisingly nimble for your great size.
I would like to cast Force Cage on this group. I don't know how do I on this area. If I could do that. Do you see that drawing?
I'm trying to look up
Drawing?
Force Cage.
There we go.
Yeah, I see the drawing. What does it do? An mobile, invisible, cube-shaped prison composed of magical forces springs into existence around the area you choose. The prison can be a cage or a solid box as you desire. So is it a cage or a box?
Box.
Okay.
Do you just put us all in a box? We're like cats.
He puts you all in a box. I don't think they get a save or anything.
Really?
Yeah, he just summons a box around you guys.
So these are like walls. Like we just can't go out of the box now.
It is.
What kind
it's
of box
invisible.
is this?
It's invisible.
It's an invisible box. So we
You
don't
don't know
know that
about
we're
it yet.
even in a box. Okay.
Neal,
You guys are
can I-
oblivious
can I-
to the magic box.
Can I
this
make
is gonna be
can I edit the box to have a small like opening and closing vent?
Sure.
Okay, I do that.
Do you spawn it with the vent closed or opened?
If I can do another small action, I spawn with it open and take puffs of the pipe and then blow it into the cage.
Sure, no problem.
Yep.
It's spawned open,
I
and
just
you walk
do that
over.
for like the next couple of rounds.
All right, you just walk over, and you don't understand what he's doing, but Zanzel gets up on his tippy toes and starts blowing air at this weird spot above you, and then you see the smoke billow in and kind of like stop as it tries to spread and not spread back towards him. Looks a little funky.
There you go.
All right,
Smells a little funky.
one of the cultists makes a beeline straight for Zanzil, runs straight into the force cage surrounding him.
I don't get an attack. Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, he doesn't run past you as a Thiel. And runs straight into the force cage surrounding and stands there dumbfounded and confused.
I just blow smoke in his face.
While the other one attacks Maggie. And re-roll the natural 20. But still hit. Maggie, you take 5 points of damage as the cultist brings his quarterstaff to bear against your skull. And Spec Person the Third.
Who's available to fight, I guess?
There's 2 cultists and the man in red.
Spec Person the Third puffs out his chest and walks towards the man in the red and says, Spec Person the Third doesn't like the way you look, and then takes a swipe at him.
I do have a question. Because
23.
Because I'm raged, I have my AC is equal to 10 plus my dex plus con.
Mm-hmm.
And he still hit?
Yeah, he rolled a 19. That's a hit, Spec Person the Third.
Yeah, I did the damage. Just doing a
It's just
dramatic.
not showing up.
There it is.
Oh.
Perfect.
11 damage. The red man has now taken 22 points of damage and is looking uneasy and unhappy with his choice of actions.
Neal,
Maggie, it is.
I will also use my ability. Hang on.
Your action
where is it?
surge.
Yeah, do another action.
Yeah,
Once
you get,
per
okay.
rest.
As a fighter, you take your action surge and you can make another attack or whatever you want.
Yes, I swipe at him again for 13.
13 is just enough to hit him.
Excellent, Neal. Wait, plus 3, so it's 10. 10 damage.
10 damage. The cultist in red robes with his staff is looking very, very
What the
beleaguered
fuck?
and haggard. He's dripping blood from many spots. His red robes are now crimson colored, and there's a small pool developing underneath his right foot. Maggie.
Spec Person the Third notices that you pissed yourself, red man in robes. That's it. Go ahead.
Maggie, it is your turn.
Alright. Is the red man in robes wearing anything else other than the robe? Like, does he have anything on his head?
He's got a hat on his head.
He's got a hat on his head.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to take the hat.
Make a roll to hit. D20 plus 6.
To take the hat?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
13 is enough. You make a grab at his hat. He tries to duck out of the way, but you grab the top of the hat, and he tumbles to the ground and a few steps away from you.
I
Gets to
put the
his
hat
feet.
on, and I take my great axe and I just put it down on him.
Roll to hit. Are you still blindfolded? No?
No.
No, I took it off. Remember, I ripped
Right.
it off and I
Good.
screamed. Oh,
13 is a hit.
That was the previous one. We're waiting.
Oh.
yeah, it didn't go through.
Sometimes it lags. It's been lagging a little bit today.
6. Yeah, it's not going. It's not
It'll
going.
eventually show up. It's just kind of lagging.
But you know what we can do?
There
Okay,
you
it
go.
went.
There we go.
Oh, the
Thank God
one.
you had advantage. You still hit. Roll that damage, but it doesn't matter.
I don't know if
'cause
you
he's
want to
not-
keep the first one because it was a 1 plus 6. So
Well,
it
you
means
still when
got
you're raging, you
advantage, yeah.
have advantage. Remember?
Okay.
When you choose to make your frenzy,
yeah.
not your frenzy, your reckless attack.
She makes 2
Oh.
attacks.
Plus
All right, you cut the man to shreds, and as he falls to the ground, he goes, "No, my hat. No one takes Tips's hat."
I raise the hat and I go, "Ah!" and then I put it back
You raise
on.
this fedora above your head and give a battle cry. All right, Ko, you can do it. D20 plus 2, you got to roll a 9.
I believe.
I believe. Yes!
Nice.
You shake. Actually, no, he just died. What am I talking about? No, the spell ends on its own accord. But it's your turn still, so what do you want to do?
So we've got 2 guys left, and we're still in the cage, correct?
Yes, but you don't know about it because it's invisible.
You're in the battle
Okay.
dome.
But tell me something. What is the status of the smoke being pumped into this cage?
It's pretty light right now. It's literally just zesty Zanzel.
Are we feeling it?
You see it. You don't feel it yet. It's only been like 20 seconds of it, or 6 seconds of him blowing smoke into the cage.
Okay. So Balrish notices Zanzel, what he's doing, and he walks over to where he's blowing this weird, and he kind of just positions himself there, and he looks over at the guy. Now the guy next to that, is he where the hole is?
Yeah, he is right. Zanzel's like blowing above him because he's up on his toes, blowing air out, so that you're coming up behind this guy who's pushing against this invisible cage very confusedly.
I'm gonna attack him.
All right,
Let's cut him.
roll to hit. D20 plus 5. 7. You swing at him, and at the last moment, as you bring your sword down, he looks over his shoulder, sees the sword coming down, and like curls into a little ball. And your sword slams into the cage and shakes your arms and your entire body with a solid vibration. He's dead. Zanzel, I take it you just keep blowing smoke?
Yeah, I start taking really, really big drags and then puffing it into
Okay.
the...
The guy that rolled into a ball takes his short sword and just stabs at your ankles, Ko. Your ankles manage to pick up, and you do a little dance, avoiding the thrusts of his short sword below your feet, so he doesn't hit you. But the other cultist, gets really low for an attack at you, Maggie, and just brings his quarterstaff straight towards your knees. He has advantage, and cracks you in the knee for 6 damage.
All right. Cool.
And then we have Spec Person the Third.
Spec Person the Third.
What do you
Wake
wanna
up.
do, Geoff? He might. I think his camera's actually frozen. It just looks like he's very concentrated.
No, he's breathing.
No,
I see breathing.
I don't think he's breathing.
Is he alive?
I see it. I see it.
Geoff!
I think he just blinked.
Nope.
There we go. There we go.
I wasn't reading something at all.
Clearly the smoke is having an effect.
Spec
What did I
Person the
miss?
Third,
I
it's your
zoned
turn.
the fuck out. I'm sorry.
That was impressive. It's your turn, Geoff.
Is there anyone still outside the box?
Yeah, there's 2 guys inside the box still. 2 of the normal clerics.
Stride over to the next one, and I say, Spec Person the Third made the red robe bitch bleed and pee. I'm gonna do the same to you. Spec Person the Third's gonna do the same to you.
Do it.
What? Oh, I guess that would be unrecognizable. 23.
23 is a
Nice.
hit. And this poor guy only has 1 life left. You just take your short sword and run it through the side of his neck and out the other side, and blood starts trickling down, and as you rip it out, there's a short spurts as he tumbles to the ground, and then it stops. And we're back to Margaret. Back to Rhaegar the Barbarian.
All right. I turn to the other guy, and I make another war cry, and I try to smash him in the face with my great axe.
Do it.
All right. +6 is the 7.
Do you still have advantage or no?
I mean,
Yes,
I'm still-
yes, she does, unless she has opted to turn that ability off.
No, I'm still raging, man.
Rage it.
Man. These ones.
I know, I'm getting them all the way.
There you go.
Wait, that was a D12.
No,
though.
give me another attack
Oh.
roll, actually. Another D20 plus
Oh,
6.
gotcha.
Oh, critical hit.
Oh my god.
Add another D12
Holy
to
crap.
that.
So
2d12
2d12 plus 6.
Oh, I'll just one more
Yeah,
because
just add
he's
one.
just gonna add it.
Oh, you're
No,
gonna
Jesus,
six,
that is a
right.
powerful hit.
You hit him for, what is that,
26.
26 damage.
He's
The
dead.
poor 9 HP guy just gets an axe that splits from one side of the neck down to his hip, and the left half of his torso just slides off of him and
And I
tumbles
drop
against-
my great axe and I raise both my hands and I'm like, "Rah!" with my wizard hat on.
There's a gathering of people you can see from inside the tavern and down the street that are watching this mess. And actually, you guys look around and you notice that there's blood splattered in the air and just like stuck to the air around you guys. Where this cage would
Person the third thinks something no good is going on here. No good at all.
Barish is feeling a little bit lightheaded. Something's going on here.
Spec Person the third notices you talk like Spec Person the third. Is this true?
No, that's ridiculous.
I
Something feels weird.
I hear him saying that he feels like his head hurts, so I take off my wizard hat and I put it on him. And then I chuckle.
Neal Bot comes back out, looks over the carnage on the ground, and goes, "My God, these look like the same people that attacked me, but why did they come into town?"
I don't
Spec
know.
Person the third wants to know how you didn't get Shane to defend you. Spec Person the third knows Shane's got very strong thighs and very powerful hands.
Shane wasn't with me. I'm coming. I told you I'm a traveling merchant. I sell costumes. I was coming home to meet up with Shane from my journey to a town down the street.
I think Shane's still smoking a cigarette over by the river.
Probably.
They came out of the.
Oh, shit.
They came from
Okay.
the east when I was up the road. He says, pointing down the road. There's a slight trail in the bushes when I managed to get up. About 6 of them descended on me. I managed to kill 2 before I fell unconscious, and when I woke up, I still had that necklace in my hand, and I saw their
Spec
trail,
Person
but I
third
had to come back here.
needs to ask you an
Well-
important question. Can Spec Person the third have all the alcohol in your house?
Oh.
Well, I was gonna give it to Method Man the
Blow
Mighty
it
and
back in.
his old dirty bastard sword, but I guess you guys did kind of just save my life, so sure, you can have all the alcohol.
Spec Person the third walks into the house.
Okay.
Presumably.
Actually, you can't. There's an invisible cage. You start walking to the house.
I
and
thought
run.
I'm not in it. I was outside.
No,
you're
you were
the
in
cage.
it.
Everyone's in the cage.
Spec
Everyone was
Person the
except for
third
the-
would like to be outside of this apparently invisible cage filled with piss and smoke. Please. Spec Person the third says, please.
Can I hear the sound?
Yeah,
go
you've got that little open window.
Oh. And the
Um,
other guy's in there as well? I assume?
Yeah, the whole party's in there, but only the party and the corpses.
Oh, okay.
Now, is Zanzel still boxing at this point? Is he still?
I think he's still hotboxing you.
I think I'm still
Okay.
hotboxing it, yeah.
So I am
You
now
have to
on the
feel your leg.
ground, sitting cross-legged, kind of doing one of these things.
You're just laughing at your hand.
I pat him on the head and then I go and try to clean off my greatsword with like some of the other dead dudes' armor or cloth they were wearing, like their tunics.
Mm-hmm. Sorry, I missed
While
that.
I'm doing that, do I see any like loot on any of them?
You notice the man with the red robes had another necklace, just like this one.
All right, pocket that.
Okay, so Zanzel's got one and you've got one?
Yeah. Who is is the NPC out here talking to us in the box or outside the box?
He's outside the box. He's standing in his doorway.
Okay. I turn to him and ask, are these people inside the town, or do they have do you know where they reside?
These
Are they
savages that attacked me?
Yeah, how far would you do they have a camp? Do you know if they have a camp?
Maybe they must live somewhere. I've never recognized any of these people before. He says, pressing his nose up to the invisible cage and looking in on the corpses. But maybe if you can, do you have anyone that can follow a trail or track something?
I look
Spec
back
person
to
the
the
third
rest.
gets tired of waiting and pulls out a flask cask and then starts to drink.
Okay.
I got a donation. So
I raise my hand.
Well, they did attack me on the road up ahead. I can't say for sure, but there might be a way to follow them. I don't know where it is myself.
Okay. All right. Well, this was a failed experiment. I snap and just like remove the cage. I would assume that I can just cancel it. It will, or is it there forever?
I think you can cancel it. We're
Oh
gonna
my
say you
God.
can cancel it.
Okay. Yeah, I cancel it.
Oh boy.
Spec person the third thanks you for opening the box. Spec person the third doesn't like boxes. Doesn't like snakes. Spec person the third doesn't like poop.
All very treacherous things to not enjoy.
Spec person the third agrees.
Yeah.
Rhaegar tells a story about his friend Daniel Lai, who also was afraid of boxes, to kind of reassure you that you're not alone.
I put my arm over you and begin to weep.
Nice.
I pat you.
Nice. Rhaegar.
I try to put my arm over you. Yeah, it's like on your like elbow, I guess.
Rhaegar, this young fellow has said that we could track the whatever the cultist, whoever these people are, and that you said you could track it. So please begin tracking.
I look and I begin tracking.
Well, the sun is setting now. It is nighttime.
Okay.
Spec person the third says with spec person at night, and I just fall down.
Yeah, this is the second time you've been drunk today, so you're
Very
pretty
drunk.
exhausted.
Yeah.
I pick up a spec person and
I nuzzle in.
begin walking.
It's like a yeah.
Okay, so you guys are gonna
And-
try and find these tracks at night and follow them through the darkness.
Before
we?
we go too far though, Neal, I do say as spec person the third, Rhaegar, can you for spec person the third say thank you to Shane for spec person the third, please?
I nod and like pat him on the head.
Very good.
Okay.
Oh, and with my other arm, I grab out the like bauble thing and I hand it to Zanzel.
The necklace.
Yeah, I have another one.
Oh.
I found it on the mage.
Okay. I guess I just put it on my necklace. I gotta go answer the door.
You're collecting them.
Yep.
All right.
Okay.
And I gotta go answer the door. I'll be right back.
Yeah, I was gonna be like, someone's got a guest.
So what are you guys doing?
I am laying on my back, slightly
Okay.
chuckling every so often, just
All right.
Out it in the middle of the road.
I get down the road and I realize no one else is following me. So then I turn back around and I come back over there because I guess we're not going.
The rest of the town has come out and they're all excitedly talking about what's happened. The bartender comes back in and pats you guys on the shoulder and says, "Well, thank God, if it wasn't for you people, God knows what would have happened to this town. You're heroes, all of you."
I drop off the barbarian and puff out my chest. Spec person the third thanks you for saying such thing.
I don't know how to thank you, but your tab at my bar has been canceled, and if you guys need a place to stay for the night, you're welcome to stay here. We've got a couple of very cozy rooms upstairs for you.
Spec person the frickin' third thanks you. That's so frickin' kind of you. Thank you.
It's the least I could do for you. You saved Nealbot, and by extension, you've saved me.
Spec person third wants to know your name, friend. You seem like a friendly fella.
My name is Geared. Guide?
Spec person the third one. Are you trying to say Ghirardelli? Are you spec person the third guessing your name's Ghirardelli Chocolate?
I am from a town called Norway. My name is very difficult to pronounce. Please do not make fun of me.
Spec person
just
the
go-
third wants to know if your name is Targa.
Geared. Greed?
Spec person the third wants to guess Gary.
No, damn it, just look.
Gerard.
Balrish
I
just
put my-
Southerners
I put
can't
my
pronounce
hand
my
on-
name, and that's okay.
I put my hand on his shoulder, spec person's shoulder, and I go, "Barbarian needs food badly."
Spec person third understands. Spec person third would like to ask the barkeeper's finest foodery.
Barkeep nods and waves you guys in and starts cooking up some pot roast for you.
Excellent.
Are we back? We're back in the
Pot
bar.
roast.
As you guys sit around, Maggie, you notice someone walking in the door that you recognize from a long time ago. It's this guy that you once knew named Ronald. And he walks
snap.
in wearing heavy plate mail and has I believe a long sword at his side and a spear over his back. If I'm not mistaken, maybe.
Rhaegar gets up and like books it to the door, and he's like, "Ronald!" And he just like hugs him and like picks him up and spins him around.
You get to play Ronald too.
Okay.
I go over to
Ronald's like, "Ah, Rhaegar, it's been so long," and Rhaegar's like, "Why are you here? Why is he here? Do we know why he's here?"
Yeah, he's like, I heard that there were some bandits around here, and being a noble knight, I came to seek out the bandits and slay them all. Tell me, do you know of the bandits that live in these areas?
Ah, Sir Ronald, we have heard stories. We're trying to investigate it ourselves here. And why don't you come
noble upbringing.
come drink with us?
Well, I probably shouldn't. The bandits could attack at any moment. I saw some blood in the streets. It looks like this town has been recently under siege. I had best keep my wits about me.
Perhaps another day then.
Have I told you about the fairy maiden I came across last summer?
No. Come, drink just one. It's okay. Drink.
All right, I'll
and
have just
and
one.
I like
Let
tell
me
the
sing
person
you
to bring
this-
the barmaid to bring us a drink, and you sit down and you have a drink with me, and tell me of this.
Are you next
this
to me right
maiden.
now, Geoff?
What's
Is-
that?
Is spec person the third next to me? At
Yeah.
this what the fuck is this? I just-
Spec person the third is jiving to your jibbing. Spec person that has no freaking clue. Spec person the third thinks Sir Ronald might be a former lover of the big one of the muscles. That's all I can tell.
Maybe.
Rhaegar introduces once like everyone's sitting down and we're drinking. Rhaegar introduces Sir Ronald, and Sir Ronald tells us the tale of his maiden fairy.
Spec person third needs to clarify. Spec person third ones. Are you saying maiden fairy or fair maid? As spec person third has heard both things. There's fair maids and there's fairy maidens.
Fairy maiden.
Spec frickin' the third. Okay.
Yeah. And he goes on to like talk about how beautiful she was.
Spec person third seems extremely disinterested when she talks about how beautiful.
I'm gonna go to sleep. You guys are really fucking weird. And I just like walk off.
All right. As you
Go
start to
upstairs.
walk off, the bartender gets everyone in the room to give a big hip hip hooray for you guys one more time as you manage to save the town from these strange creatures that come in.
Thank you.
Cool. And I think you all settle down to go to sleep for the night.
I think
Warm and cuddler.
I think we'll take we'll take our break, not first break, because we'll do breaks every half hour. Let me refresh real quick. We'll give a quick amount. We're just shy of 55,000. We're 54,711.
Ooh.
So we're getting close. So far, I think that's around 7K since we started the show, because we were about 47,000
Wow.
when we started. So
7K in this show?
no, 7 since we started the stream.
Part
so
1. Okay.
4.5 hours ago.
Oh, okay, nice.
4.5 hours.
And I'm 335 away from my goal, folks. So if anyone wants to donate, please do consider it.
Nice. Cool.
250 away.
There you go. Get those donations in to help the kids. We'll take our only break here for this campaign, and we'll be back right after this, another half hour, or hour and a half rather. See you guys soon.